Some things are better left unsaid, but not here. Hello, it's Izzy Santulli, and this is the Not So Silent podcast, where I could have kept my thoughts to myself, but where's the fun in that? Hey guys, welcome back to Not So Silent. Today I have a very special guest, Abdullah!
Hi everyone. I'm so nervous.
Okay, first of all, genuinely, I'm low-key fangirling right now because I love your content.
Thank you so much.
And I've been I've been watching your fucking journey also, let me just say. So when you did answer me, I was like, oh, no way this guy answered me. I was shook. I was so excited.
I was in a meeting with my agents.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you guys know this girl? And then my agent was like, oh my God, I love her.
Stop.
Because she used to work brand side at Laneige.
Okay.
So she knows you.
Oh,
I think she
nice.
worked with you and stuff for something.
Yeah.
But
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Slay.
So and she was like, oh yeah, absolutely. I was like,
oh my God. No, I was literally so ready. So ready.
No, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
I have all the questions ready. Oh my God, it's gonna be so good. But to start off,
yes,
just explain who you are, how old are you, what you were doing before social media, if social media is your full-time thing now. I don't know anything. And I feel like the people also don't know anything either.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
spill.
I do keep some stuff under wraps, not on purpose. It's just I don't know. I'm not someone that feels inclined to share. My name's Abdullah. Mm-hmm. I'm 24 years old.
Okay.
I like long walks on the beach. No, yeah, I do social media full time. Mm-hmm. I guess I'm still a student. I go to TMU.
Okay. What are you studying?
I'm an English and history double major.
Oh, okay.
So the goal for me was always to become a professor. So master's, PhD, that was the route that I was and kind of still am hoping to take.
Yeah.
Before I was planning to take it. Now I'm just hoping to take that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've been doing social media for. When you ask someone that question, typically they give you the answer of how long they've been trying, how long they've been making money versus how long they've actually been doing it. I posted my first ever video the end of July 2023.
Okay.
So about a year and a half, maybe a little bit more over a year and a half now. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's before that I just worked at Best Buy. Yeah. And that was my thing. I sold phones at Best Buy.
Nice.
And now I'm here.
Now you're a social media person.
Now I'm a social media person.
Whoa.
Yeah. What about you?
Honestly, same. A year and a half I've been doing it.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been a wild ride. That's why I also wanted you on here because I feel like you blew up super quick, which was similar to my journey as well. And things happened for us super quickly.
Yeah.
But also funny you said that because I wanted to be a teacher as well.
Okay,
before social media. I don't know if about professor. Professor is kind of crazy. For me, I was I want to teach the young ones. They're not going to give me headaches. I'll teach the young ones. But honestly, they low key might have given me a headache.
Absolutely, yeah. My mom's a teacher.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So
is that why you wanted to go into it? Or?
I guess I've always had that thing, and my dad is all he likes teaching. He's not necessarily a teacher, but he was a big corporate guy for a while. So his job was kind of managing people and making sure everyone's on the same page. So to a certain degree, it was kind of teaching adjacent.
So you always had it around you.
I always had it around me, and I was always tutoring kids when I was younger too. Okay. But what I love about the idea of being a professor is the research aspect. The fact that you get to dive into something that interests you and understand it more, and then share your understanding with other people. So even now, I have a few of my essays I've luckily gotten published.
Oh my God.
That's the path that I was heading down.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I love it.
I wish I could love stuff like that.
What do you mean?
I can't. I just for me, I'm this whole opposite. I can't do I understand though when you're so passionate about something, you love it.
Yeah.
And that's with me with social media though.
Okay, cool.
So I understand the passion, but for writing, I wish I could be that person. I really wish.
Right.
Because I was an English major as well.
Really?
I really tried. Yeah.
And then what happened?
I dropped out of my third year of undergrad because I hated it so much. I was also a dance major too.
Okay.
So it was a lot of bullshit. A lot of
reading between the lines.
Yeah.
Trying to find meaning. It's
yeah, and dance history. I'm bro, I just want to dance and get my degree. That's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
But
I made a video about that once.
Really?
How I don't understand dance as an art form. And people found it relatable. Because I was someone will get on there and they're hitting the nay and then they break into tears after. And it's that was for my grandpa. It's dude, I don't know what Nana thinks about that one. Yeah.
Yeah. It was very such bullshit. And then again, like you have to take like other courses that have nothing to do with your, you know, major, and like just the whole aspect of school. I was like, it's just not for me at all.
Right. I guess people know me as like the social media guy now, right? I guess I'm still pretty much, you know, like the same person around my friends and the people that are close to me. And at school, I'm still just that guy that maybe raises his hand a little too much, especially in the morning.
Yeah.
Like I'll participate. But at the same time, I'm just like, I feel like there's almost like a weird dual persona that kind of happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just that guy. You're that guy, right? That's what I get.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
I feel like there's always something that people say, like when they like meet you or like come up to you, they're always like, there's something.
You're the beauty influencer guy.
Yeah.
That's what I get.
Cool.
Yeah. Which is great.
Yeah.
I'll happily take that. I'm very awkward in like fan interactions.
Yeah.
Though, always.
Honestly, same. And I've been getting them for a while, and it does not get easier.
I'm always so just awkward. Concerned about was I mean? Did I do something wrong?
You know what I mean? It.
Yeah, because a lot of people approach you like they think that they're wasting your time.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Can I have a picture?" And they're like apologizing before anything's happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, like you're making my day right now."
Yeah.
You know, like there's nothing to be
Absolutely.
sorry for. I'll take whatever pictures you want.
Yeah.
And then the boyfriend's looking at me like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" You know? And then that's how it works.
I love that. That's actually one of my questions in there too. Like, if you get noticed, like on the regular, like how it works. Like, do you?
Yeah, especially like in the city.
Yeah.
A lot of people, the vast majority of my audience is women, and I feel like women are, in general, less likely to approach.
Yeah.
But I do get a lot of DMs that are like, "Saw you here," or like, you know, "Oh, I didn't want to disturb
Bother
you, but
you,
I saw you there." And I get a lot of stares that are like, "I know you know," stares.
Yes.
You know, because you learn to differentiate between the stares. Like, are you just making eye contact with a stranger, or are you making eye contact with that guy from your phone?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was at Union the other day.
Yeah.
And it was like 5 times in 5 minutes. It was a lot.
That's crazy.
It was a lot. So like it's definitely ramped up.
Yeah.
Since I did the beauty thing. Before I got it.
Yeah.
But not like the beauty thing is like a whole nother beast.
Okay, so getting into that. So what were you doing before this whole series about being a beauty influencer? Like day one of trying to be a beauty influencer? Because I feel like that's been like crazy for you right now. Like that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
But like what were you posting before that?
Before I was so I started posting on social media late July 2023. And the goal for me was just a place to express myself. Because I always had like these dumb thoughts, you know, like shower thoughts that I would put in my notes or say to my friends, and then they would just sit in there and die, or, you know, never be mentioned again.
Yeah.
So, or I would like put them on my story, but I wanted a place to archive them that I could look back in a few years and be like, you know, that was fun, or that was stupid, or, you know, just fun. Because what I really love, I hate Snapchat as an app, but like one thing I like is like the memories thing. Yeah. It'll just remind you like, oh, that's so cool.
Love. And then you get the bad memories like, oh, fuck this person.
Right. But I kind of like that too. I don't know why. Because you just like, there's always a song playing in the background or something. And it's like, oh, that's what I was listening to. I don't know. It's just like a nice little deep dive. But the idea was, well, no one's going to see this anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And my second video ever, well, my first video was like just something stupid that I like recorded while I was like in a theater about to watch a movie with my friends.
Yeah.
I was like Oppenheimer, I hardly know her, like the dumb. And then the second video, I was talking about, you know, that guy that cuts vegetables and like gives advice, and he like, kind of looks like that guy from The Bear.
No.
Okay, well, there's a guy that does that, and he gives advice to women. Okay. And I like at that time he was like being made fun of, so I kind of piled onto him. I was just like, I want to make TikToks where I make food and give advice, except instead of cutting vegetables, I make smoothies. And then it cut to me like trying to talk over a blender. And that video got 10 million views.
Oh my God.
So that was my second video ever. And so from that point, I tried to like find what I wanted to do. And I would take those like things in my notes and try to turn them into skits or this and that. And then it just started feeling tedious. So I was like, let me just go back to what I originally wanted to do, which is just look like shit in my bed and just talk to the camera for like 15 seconds. Yeah. And that's what I did. I was just the guy that like shower thoughts, like crust in his eyes, like just disgusting in his bed saying some shower thoughts, right?
Yeah.
How like, you know, I hate turtles because they took plastic straws away from me. It's like that kind of thing, right? Yeah. And then one of my shower thoughts, which came from an experience that I had downtown, which we can get into if you want, was I'm jealous of these beauty influencer girls because they're always doing some crazy stuff for free and they're like living their best lives.
Yeah.
And I don't do like series. Like I say a thought and I move on the next day, something completely unrelated.
Yeah.
But my audience like that one like picked up a little bit. It didn't do like remarkably well.
Yeah, like the 10 million view one.
I think it got like 7 million views, but like I probably have like it wasn't in my top like 10.
Okay, got
like
it.
10, 15, right? Videos.
Mm-hmm.
But Milk Makeup reached out and they were like, we want to send you some stuff. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll do a part 2. And then Sephora reached out, we want to send you, I guess I'll do a part 3. And then it just kind of started.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't planned. It wasn't like a strategy thing. But before that, like people, I know like some people have come to me, they're like, oh my God, like, did you do social media before?
Yeah.
And it's so interesting. It's like, yeah. Like I had like 50K on Instagram. I had 560K on TikTok before I started the beauty stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so you were already like established pretty much on
like
these platforms.
I had like 130 million likes. Like my beauty stuff is not
The
even
main
remotely the most successful, most viral stuff that I've had. Not even close.
Really?
Yeah. But it's definitely the one that like I went from 560K followers to 1 million in 2 months. Negative that comes from within is always great for me. Like if I stare in the mirror and be like, you suck, man. Yeah. You ever get your own videos pop up on your For You page?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I just swipe.
I always verbally out loud say, oh, shut up, man. And then I skip. Always.
I hate watching it. When you watch, do you watch back your videos?
Hell no.
Yeah, I can't.
Like sometimes when I'm editing, they're just playing repeatedly.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes like I feel my brain like oozing through my ears. And it's like, oh man, how could anyone watch this?
I'm like that. I'm literally like that every day. Every time I post something, I'm like, how could anyone ever like me actually?
Yeah.
How could anyone like me?
I forget that there are real people behind the screens a lot.
For real.
Yeah. Like it's when someone comes up to me in person, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
right. I post this.
Yeah.
I post that
Or
stuff.
they bring up a video and I'm like, oh yeah, fuck. I remember I posted that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean like
it's cool though. It's cool to see.
It is really cool. Yeah. I get more self-conscious about smaller numbers than I do bigger numbers. Because like if a video gets like early on when a video got, 2-3 million views, cool.
Yeah.
When it got 20,000-30,000 views, that blew my mind because I can picture 20,000-30,000 people.
Okay,
I can
makes sense.
picture an arena.
Yeah.
Right? But like 3 million people, like who knows, man?
Yeah, you don't know what it looks
like. Oh
like.
yeah, the population of what? Durham region?
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool, man. I can't picture that.
Yeah.
But,
no, that makes sense. Yeah.
But those are like real people. Like I picture myself in an arena with a mic and just like saying,
guys.
Yeah, exactly. And that freaks me out.
I love that. So you said it wasn't a strategic thing. This beauty influencer, like day one of trying to be a beauty influencer, it just happened.
It just happened. And I like my number one goal, because I knew some people in social media that kind of let the numbers and everything kind of consume them. So my number one goal from the very get-go of ever deciding like, okay, I think I'm going to post more regularly once that second video of mine blew up was as I will only do it so long as I'm having fun. If it ever feels like a chore, I'm going to stop doing it. So like the beauty thing for me, I do it because it's fun. Obviously like the increase in followers and, like being recognized is all great. And obviously the money is great, but at its core, the moment I'm not having fun, I will call it quits 100%. I have no hesitation about that.
And I like how you say that because like, I feel like that's so key. Even just, being a content creator in general, like people just put out things like, for money or like just to get like a brand deal or like this and that. But like, it also shines through. Like when I watch your videos, I can tell you're having fun. You're genuinely like, you want to do this.
Yeah.
But there's other people that you watch are like, bro, like this is not.
You're so right.
You're so like boring.
Yeah.
Because we can tell that you're not being authentic.
Yeah. And it's a weird kind of cycle. Like the people that don't, that reach the point of, I guess, like notoriety or, financial success, those people are oftentimes not the ones that are seeking it out. It's that authenticity that shines through. And then 100%. It's like, oh, they've garnered an audience because of that. Yeah. Because that, like, even if you can't point to it, what makes somebody authentic, there is like that human nature thing where
you can just tell.
You can just tell. Yeah.
Agree,
like it isn't a thing that it isn't something palpable that you can kind of pinpoint, but Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely.
And like, I feel like our journeys are very similar because like I posted too, like I used to make videos for my friends. So you were saying like Snapchat, like I was kind of the same. Like I would make these videos on TikTok, send them to my friends like as a joke. And they're like, hey, like, why don't you post this? I'm like, no, never. Like I could never. Like that's so embarrassing. And then one day I was just like, why not?
Right.
So I posted it. And like, honestly, I think my second, third video blew up and then it just like kept going up from there.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like, this is us being authentic and that's why this happened for us.
Yeah.
So whenever people ask me like, you know, what's your advice to give people like to grow on social media or to become a creator? I'm like, just fucking be yourself.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
Like it's that simple. Like don't try to like match an algorithm or like post at this time or like try to think of all these things. Just do what you want.
Yeah.
And you'll shine through. Like it's so simple.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
You know, it's
there are some strategies that I definitely like. There are certain things that I try to do that would definitely like help the success of a video. Because like something like, you know, posting at 3 a.m. versus, you know, 3 p.m. is obviously going to help you. But when people ask me that, my number one thing is just like, stop thinking.
Yeah.
Like just stop thinking, just do it. Just post and just throw stuff at the wall. Especially when you're starting out, you find what sticks. But then again, I also warn against like, why are you doing this? Right? Like if you're so concerned about like you want things to succeed, you want this to like that kind of stuff, eventually you realize you don't like it.
Yep.
And then you get burnt out. And then also you maybe don't reach the level of success that you want because people see through that kind of ulterior motive. My favorite people in the space that I have met are all people that are creatives first. And then they kind of fell into the excess. They fell into the money. They fell into the success. They fell into whatever kind of notoriety, online fame, whatever you want to call it. That was kind of a byproduct of their creativity. And at their core, they're still creatives. Like all they care about is making the video. Yeah. Right. The rest is like, if it happens, it happens.
It's all a bonus.
Right.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people that work with the video is a means to an end.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's tiresome. Like at its core, that's what I feel. I feel like it's just like, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Because then you're just grinding.
You're going to get burnt out for sure. Like you were saying, you're going to get burnt out. You're going to not like it. You're going to stop. And what was the whole point of the whole thing?
And it's low-key kind of embarrassing, right?
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
Absolutely.
Dude, I got to grind today. What do you do? I'm pumping out 3 YouTube shorts. It's like, okay, man. You know?
Yeah.
Like do what you got to do. There is a lot of opportunity in the space. Yeah. Understandable. But I will be the first to say that this is not for everybody.
Absolutely.
People say, you know, post. Absolutely. Because there's nothing for you to lose. But there's a lot of luck involved, right? If that second video didn't blow up, who knows what I'd be doing? Yeah. Would I still have stuck to it? I don't know. Right. But there is also just like a level of, there's a certain type of person that likes doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe we all just love attention, but I don't know.
You know what? It's weird though, because when I was a kid, I don't know about you, but I hated attention. Like I would be the fucking kid that would hide behind my mom. Like when like people used to be like, hi, like you're so beautiful. I'd literally not talk, the shyest girl ever.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, whoa, like I can fucking scream, talk to the wall, like I can talk to anyone.
That's so cool.
But were you the same as a kid, or were you always kind of like expressive? How you are now?
I was expressive. I don't think I liked attention so much as I just got attention.
Yeah.
You know? Like I was in like the gifted program when I was younger. So I was always like the smarter kid in my classes. Smart. I mean, I used to be. I don't know anymore. But I remember in senior kindergarten, I used to go up to grade 2 classes for the afternoons.
Holy fuck.
So I would just do their work for the afternoons, which was fun. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So like,
that's such a flex.
It was really cool. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And I remember the grade 2s were like treating me like a little baby.
Yeah.
And like now that I look at it, I'm like, okay, these were 7-year-olds babysitting a 5-year-old, you know? But I mean, like I got attention in that way because I was different in that way. I also grew up in a predominantly white town, so I looked different. Culturally, I was different. Yeah. So there was always kind of attention given to me, sometimes negative, most of the time positive. But so I just fell into that role, I guess. And then, you know, I started doing things that were, I guess, a little atypical for someone who was like me. Like I was in a bunch of sports in elementary school, but I also was in the choir. You know what I mean? Like I was like I did a musical in grade 8, right?
Yeah.
Which I really loved doing. I loved that aspect, but I was also still doing sports, right? So it was kind of this.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It
You're
was
just
a weird
doing what
thing.
you love.
I was just doing, yeah. But and then high school, I reeled it back. I reeled it all.
Really?
In. Yeah, I was so quiet in high school. I stuck to my group, and that's what it was until like grade 11, 12.
Yeah.
That's when I started getting to know everybody, and that's when people started knowing me in that regard.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy that you would hide behind, like that's like.
And you would never think it. Like people that like whenever I say that to people, they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like you seem like the most outgoing person, which I am.
Yeah.
But I'm also there's like such a reserved side to me that people don't see through my content, which is why I started this whole podcasting in the first place.
Amazing.
So I'm like, I need a spot where I can just, be real, talk about real shit.
Yeah.
Like it's not all giggles and fucking fun shit all the time. Like sometimes we gotta get real.
Of course.
But
what's your background? I'm
half Persian, half Italian.
You know what? Hiding behind your mom and then like blossoming into something else, that makes sense with that duality.
Why does that make sense?
Because I feel like Italians can go either way.
Yeah.
You can either have somebody that's really quiet or someone that's really like, outgoing.
Yeah.
And then Persian is kind of the same.
Yeah.
And then when you mix the two, you know what I mean? Like who knows what happens.
Yeah. And like even like I remember like my family members, they'd be like, "Oh, you like squish my cheeks." Like I would hate attention.
Wow.
Hate it. And now I'm just like, you want a picture?
Yeah, that's great. Do you think that social media contributed to that? Like, do you feel like you gained confidence from the positive reception of putting yourself out there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I feel like it's definitely, it went both ways. Like I feel like it's helped my confidence, but also like kind of not in the same way, like the negativity that I would get.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I always look at the positives. I look at the cons of like what I'm doing and like what I'm getting from people. And I'm like, there's so many people that love me and like love anything I post and genuinely like love who the fuck I am. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be confident as fuck because people like me, Right. And like I'm helping, people tell me all the time that I'm helping them with like, struggles or whatever it is. Yeah, that's going to make me hella confident. Like the fact that I can help like one other fucking person feel better.
Yeah.
I'm like, absolutely. So I feel like definitely, social media has helped for sure.
That's so cool.
For sure.
That's really, really cool.
Not you asking me questions.
Yeah, it's a conversation, isn't it?
I'm kidding.
Did I miss the memo?
Hey girl, thank you for being here. You are now part of the Not So Silent fam, and I appreciate you so much. To show my appreciation, I'm going to be giving away a care box each episode. To win one, make sure you like and subscribe, send a screenshot to my Instagram, and I'm going to pick a winner. Thanks. So this whole beauty influencer series, you said Milk Makeup was your first PR package.
Yes.
Right?
They were also my first brand deal. They were adamant. They wanted to do that kind of thing where it's like they supported me here.
Yeah.
And now that.
Wow, they got you. They got you right in the beginning.
Yeah.
What's your favorite, like, what was your favorite ever PR that you've gotten? And also the most ridiculous one?
Ooh, I think they might be the same.
Really?
I really love like just like stupid packages.
Yeah.
Well, because there's a lot of excess that happens with this where I'm like, I get stuff and I'm like, bro, why? Like, how is this profitable for you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I get it. You know what I mean? Like I share it to the audience, whatever. Yeah. But also like, I love when I'm not paid by them because I just get to rip it to shreds.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I get to be like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like Dior sent me a package. Oh yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
Shout out Dior. They sent me a package and it was like their serum. And they send you this beautiful like brochure talking about, and one of the lines is almost like verbatim. Dior science has shown that healthy skin is linked with oxygen. And I was like, yeah, no shit. That's how that works, man. But they, they play it up and it's like, oh, Dior science has it took 40 years to figure this out. And it's like, okay, thank you so much. Right. And like, I don't know.
And you're like a research person. So you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
That probably pisses you off.
The marketing. That. Yeah. I see through the marketing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially someone that I used to work in sales too. So like, the Microsoft guy would come in at Best Buy and they would give us the sales pitch, right? And we're supposed to translate this to the customer. So I remember, oh my goodness, everyone was trying like the folding phones for the first time.
Yeah.
And Microsoft couldn't figure out how to get rid of like the big gap in the middle. So they made 2 separate screens that folded into one. It wasn't like one continuous screen.
Yeah.
And the way they pitched it to us, it was like, this is to make sure that you don't get lost and to maximize your productivity. That's why we have 2 separate screens. And I was like, no, you guys just couldn't figure it out. You know what I mean? For your price point, you just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's what I would tell customers. So like, I like seeing through that.
Yeah.
I guess my favorite PR package that I've gotten, I really liked the one from Vaseline because it was really early and they bedazzled like they sent me 3 things.
Yeah.
Bedazzled and like a big tub of their Vaseline just with my name on it, bedazzled.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And then they sent me, if you've ever seen me in that like blue like comfy hoodie, that was from them.
Oh, nice.
Anytime I get a robe or a hoodie, because that's what I live in when I'm at home. Not only is it great for content.
And your headbands?
The headbands, I'm not like headbands are great. I got from like Amazon. I got a pack of 8 for like $10. You know what I mean? Like yeah. And like my ring light, which is just I take the light bulb from my ceiling and I put it into like a little like it's just a light bulb holder with a wire.
Stop.
And then I just put it on my table. That's my ring light because that was $4.99. You know what I mean?
Stop.
I'm not.
Have you ever showed people your setup?
Yeah. And then the phone is just resting on like a little Darth Vader statue. Like
that's so funny. That's so you though, and that's why people like you.
That's what I mean. Like,
I'm
not buying a ring light.
Yeah,
that's like $30, man. Like, I'm just gonna go enjoy my life.
I mean, if you want to be the Katie Fang, you got to.
Hell no, I'll do it with my light bulb. Make new ways.
I mean, it's fucking working clearly.
I also like the Hints one. You know Hints?
No,
they're like a Korean brand. I work with a lot of Korean brands.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool.
Hints, they sent me a pink robe, which unfortunately was a little too small for me, so I gave it to my mom.
Okay.
And she loves it.
Yeah.
But they also sent me they were like, we couldn't get you a penthouse because that's like my whole shtick.
Yeah.
We couldn't get you a penthouse, but we wanted to be the first brand to get you a building. And they gave me like a little Lego like shop.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it was very cute.
Aww.
I loved that. That was very thoughtful. I save all the notes.
Yeah.
So all the notes and like all of the personalized stuff. I'm at the point now where brands are kind of tired of me and they just kind of send me like I'm on like the PR list.
Yeah.
So it's like less personalized stuff. But the personalized stuff is always really meaningful.
Because it just shines through. Like a lot of brands just like send, again, like you said, like you're on the list, whatever. But like when they send like notes and like someone wrote this for me or someone like, you know, they actually knowing that they watched my content, like for example, them saying the penthouse stuff, like they watch you. Like, so I love that stuff too. I keep all of my stuff. But what was your favorite brand deal you've done? I'm laughing because I remember the CeraVe one when you put your face on
Cetaphil?
Oh yeah, Cetaphil. Yeah. When you put your face on top of Katie.
On Katie Fang. Yeah, shout out Katie. I liked that one. I like a lot of the ones where they where they take a risk with me and they let me be creatively free. Because like a lot of the time I tell them what I'm planning on doing, they're like, oh no.
Really? And do you get that a lot from brands?
Yeah, because a lot of these brands haven't worked with someone like me, right? They've worked with, you know, like a traditional beauty influencer that is like their whole goal is like, guys, I love this product. This has saved my life on 3 occasions. You know what I mean? Like,
don't walk. That's
yeah. No, I love all those little stupid taglines.
Yes, yeah.
And but like my thing is like I don't know the benefits of your product and I don't want to know the benefits of your product. Like I'll give your product a platform and I'll say what I think and I'll crack jokes.
Yeah.
But and I still think that that'll be a net positive for you guys, right? Because I think that a lot of people have in some ways grown tired of like being sold to. So if I can just be like the equivalent of like a billboard, like the billboard doesn't say this is for this and this and this and this. The billboard just shows you what the product is and then you make your own judgments.
Yeah.
So the brands that have taken risks with me, I really, really value. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of like one that I really, really liked. Cetaphil was great. Milk Makeup was fun because they like had me put on makeup. I did one for, you know what I'm proud of? I'm proud of Parnell. You ever heard of Parnell?
No.
Another Korean brand.
Okay.
They sent me a huge thing of every single shade of like their powder foundation thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Every single shade. And I was like, and they had like a little color on like in the box that said what each shade was, just the color. And I just held my hand up to them and I'm like, I think it's that one. And I nailed it. First try. And my comments were like, yeah, first try foundation match is like crazy. And I was like, thank you. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
But I'm proud to have done that. First try foundation match.
Yeah.
I'm warm cream.
Okay.
Proudly.
I honestly feel like you were saying, like just creative freedom with deals and like brands that allow you just to just be yourself.
Yeah.
that's all you need. Cause it's like, we know our audience. Like we know what our people like, and that's it. Just trust us.
Oh, also Nyx. I have to shout out Nyx.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely want to talk about that too.
My girl, Jess. Shout out Jess.
Love Jess.
Jess is great. She, tell
me about it.
First brand trip.
Yeah.
Went to LA.
That's fucked.
Went to LA for...
Wait, so when was this? Recently, right?
Yeah, mid-February.
Okay.
Yeah. That was... We were there. I flew in on a Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. Thursday was the event that we were there for, the Nyx tape.
Yeah.
Which I was very skeptical about.
Okay.
Like, genuinely, I was like, who the hell? Hey, bro, what are you listening to? Oh, I'm bumping the Nyx tape. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
But then I was like... Obviously, I'm there, and I was like, okay, well, work mindset, open mind.
Yeah.
Won over instantly. There's one song that I genuinely like listen to now, and it's just like it's really, I really like it.
Stop! I love that.
Yeah, but we were there. So Thursday was the event, and then Friday we flew home. It was just like I was there for one full day in LA, and it was like.
And I saw you got your makeup done.
I did.
How do you feel about that?
They had hair and makeup, and they were like, we're just gonna do some skincare stuff, and then the concealer came on. And I was like, But they were like, are you comfortable? And I was like, dude, like. I'm in LA. Like, this is not,
Just keep it going. I'm in LA.
Just do whatever. Like, do what you need to do. Like, I love reminding people that have been in the space in here for so long, especially the beauty space, which can be a little like uptight.
Yeah.
That's the, I'll say it nicely. Mm-hmm. I just like reminding people that like you live a really stupid, absurd existence right now. Yeah. Like, your life is dumb.
Yeah.
On paper, your life is really stupid. And so is mine.
That, yeah.
So like, I'm going to lean into that. I know a lot of people don't want to.
Yeah.
But I will. And not that like putting on the makeup was like a dumb thing to do by any means, but it was like something that I would normally never ask for.
Yeah.
Right? But they were there, and they were like celebrity makeup artists, and we were chatting, and we were having a good time, and the brushes felt good. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on the makeup.
Yeah.
And it was great. And people...
That's so fucking cool.
I posted a story after.
Yeah.
And I, to me, very clearly had makeup on. Mm-hmm. But the amount of people that were like, dude, the skin is glowing. I'm like, no, it's not. The bronzer is glowing. What the hell's wrong with you? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It was great. It was a short trip, and the full day that we were there, it was pouring rain.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Flood warning, everything.
But
I guess they needed it.
So when did they reach out? So I'm assuming Jess reached out to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did they reach out to you, like saying that, hey, we want you to come to LA?
I think it was 2 weeks before.
Okay. And what was your reaction?
My reaction was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
My reaction was absolutely. What the hell? Like,
were you like shocked? Or were you like, you know what? Yeah.
I had just done a video for them for their face glue primer.
Yeah.
And like a week later, they were like, we would love to bring him out to this. And I was like, what the hell kind of turnaround time is that? Like, you liked it that much?
Yeah.
And so Jess reached out, and then I think my agents were just kind of getting like trying to see what budget they had and like see, because I didn't know that people get paid for the trip. Mm-hmm. I thought the trip was payment. Mm-hmm. I went there for free.
Yeah.
They asked for 2 videos. I said, how about 3?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's
absolutely
like you're spending the time and the money.
Yeah.
You know how many people I've talked to? They're like, oh my God, like, was that so tiring? It's like, dude, tiring is not the first adjective I'm using when describing a free trip somewhere.
Yeah.
But so they reached out, and then we were just trying to figure out like timeline stuff, and that was that. They wanted like a video a little earlier than I would probably be able to give it, so we just pushed back, and that was that. Then it was booked in a heartbeat. It was booked.
Yeah. I love that. And I love that you said that everyone's like, oh, it must be so tiring, this is not, which is like, I'm basically new in this beauty. I would say I'm new in this beauty industry. I've been doing it for a year, like, and when my first ever brand trip was actually Nyx as well.
Cool.
And when I went there, I was like, whoa, like a whole new world. Like I went there for, I think it was like 3 days, the events. But I extended my trip because I'm like, I'm fucking in LA. I'm gonna extend my motherfucking trip. Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that. No.
But I was like, I'm gonna fucking stay here for longer. Mm-hmm. And then I found out there's like, the flight is on them, hotel is on them, food is on them, which I didn't know
that. I just ordered food. Like I paid for my food while I was
Food's on them.
Yeah.
Fucking transportation's on them. Ubers are on them. And I was like, whoa. Yeah. Like this is the life. And like I remember like even after that trip, sometimes people would be like, oh, like this wasn't my favorite trip, or like this is not. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like I'm living Kim K's life right now.
Yeah,
what do you mean you're not? You're tired?
No, I could.
What do you mean?
I could talk for hours about how much I dislike beauty influencers.
Yeah. I fucking love that.
Yeah.
Rip me to shreds, please.
No, it's not. It's not you, and it's not anyone in particular. It's just like, I think that there's pros and cons to being your own boss.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that a lot of beauty is one of those spaces, digitally, and like, I'm very glad that I ended up in the beauty space, if that makes sense, because like it has a reputation outside of it for people being very stuck up and very self-absorbed.
Yep.
And I'm here to tell you guys, it's true. 100% it's true. Like, there are a lot of people that you can very much tell that you were just the pretty girl your entire life and that was your whole thing. And now you've able to turn it into a stupid amount of wealth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So props to you, and no one will ever tell you anything forever. Yeah. But like what that turns somebody into is just horrible to interact with for me. Right? Yeah. Because they, like, a lot of people walk around thinking that they're God's gift to earth, really. Which is crazy to me. But
agreed.
For me, I'm always just like, this is insane. I don't even know what I was saying, but like, oh yeah, this beauty in general gives you the opportunity, like other niches don't necessarily, to be vain. Like, it almost rewards some people for being vain and being very self-absorbed and knowing how pretty you are and telling yourself how pretty you are and all of that, and like reminding yourself that you're perfect in a way that's not that's a little past the realm of positive affirmation. That's just into the realm of arrogance. And I think that it's difficult when you're surrounded by everyone else in that space also thinking that way to keep yourself in check. And I don't fault a lot of people for kind of developing these huge egos, but I'm not there. And I've told my agents and I've told everyone around me, like, you're allowed to physically harm me if I ever become like that. Like, I told my agents, like, if you have to slap me. Yeah. Like, if I'm ever somebody that turns into like a self-righteous prick. Yeah. You have to let me know.
Agreed.
I don't think I will.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know, there's something about like South Asian upbringing that very early whether or not you're going to be that kind of person or not. It really can go either way. Yeah. So I hope I don't turn into that. But like the free anything will never be lost on me.
Yeah. No.
Like, even someone sent me a headband. Like, the robe is the craziest thing ever.
I love when brands send me wardrobe. When they send me like personalized stuff. Yeah. I remember I got a bedazzled product from my favorite brand, Tower 28. Like, I genuinely fucking love them. I think I've done a one brand deal with them. That's it. And I literally just like always fucking talk. I love them.
Tower 28.
And you've never heard of it?
No. I don't know. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the red spray that people spray?
No.
Okay.
I don't watch beauty content.
Well, you have to watch mine.
Okay. Is that what do you do one of those ones where it's like, no, I've seen some of your content.
Okay.
I've seen the ones where you talk about like
oh no.
It's like, this is the best moisturizer, and it's like there's that certain sound, I forget what it is. And you like throw them behind your back.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
I've seen that. Do you Tower 28. I've heard Tatcha.
Okay, Tatcha's great. I'll show you Tower 28 though.
Okay.
But yeah, so where was I going with the story? Oh, they sent me bedazzled products.
Yeah.
And I was like, I opened them and I literally I started fucking crying. So I'm like, bro, someone sat there and bedazzled this fucking shit for me. Yeah. Like, and it was being sent to like, Katie Fang too. And like all these other people, and they're using it. And I'm like, but can we just all wait a second? Yeah. Someone bedazzled these motherfuckers. Yes. Like, hello. Like, where's everyone? And when you say like, everyone is so stuck up in this industry, like, absolutely. Yeah. Like, absolutely. I've been to so many events where you say hi to people, you've had a conversation with them. The next event you see them, nothing. They fucking turn the other way, look at you, run away. Like, I've had so many encounters like that. I want to hear if you've had any like experiences at events.
Like, bad?
Yeah.
No.
Or just like when did you realize that like people were like beauty influencers were stuck up? Was it after the next trip? Was it before?
I kind of like I said, I used to know someone in the in
yeah.
in social media.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. She wasn't in the beauty space.
Okay.
It was my ex.
Yeah.
Well, I've never talked about this publicly, but she, like, I just know what someone is like when they live and die by the numbers. And you get to pick those people out in the crowd. Like, you kind of can tell when someone is really like, they're really dependent. Their self-worth is really, really dependent on, how they're perceived. Right. And that's a dangerous mentality, especially in this, when like at any video can flop. Right. And for reasons that have nothing to do with you.
Yep.
I did have, like a few like strange encounters with some people. How do I dance around this? I don't want to name names or say anything too identifying. I had an encounter with somebody where I was just new to social media in general.
Okay.
And I ran into this person, and it felt to me like they were extremely dismissive of me because I didn't have as high of a follower count as them. And it just felt like I was immediately just like, thrown to the wayside.
Yeah.
And it was very clear that to me at that point, how I was perceiving it, obviously maybe this person perceived it entirely differently, that this person felt like they were the best thing to ever grace this planet.
Yeah.
And that happened like one or two more times as well. And
was this at beauty events or just like events in general?
Events in general.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was just like, oh, yeah. I had one at my first ever event. It was a guy.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
It was, he wasn't a beauty guy.
Okay.
And I took my friend. It was my first ever event. It was the Blue Jays City Connect event. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was at Lavelle.
Oh.
It was I've never been to a club except for
it was
an
a club event.
Yeah,
cool.
except for an event.
Okay.
And it was fancy. It was like they were.
Wait, you've never been to a club?
No. I like my home.
So you're not like an outgoer. Like,
no.
Okay.
Well, like I like activities. Like I'll go. Like, bro, tell me you want to go laser tagging. I'm there right now.
Oh yes.
My friends and I did like 6 escape rooms last summer. Bro. We would go like.
I love escape rooms.
We would go like once. Bro, I'll tell you a place. Crazy.
Really?
Yeah, we've done all the ones there. Insane. They're so good.
What's it called?
Venture.
Okay, no, I've never been there.
So good. They have a place in Scarborough and a place in Markham.
Okay, you gotta show me after.
Insane.
I love escape rooms. That's where I like my brain starts twirling. I love that shit.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
So like that's my night out. I love that. And they're like, oh, you want to go to the bar after? It's like, no, like I did my activity.
Yeah,
like, I'm going home.
Okay, I love that.
But we were at this event, and my friend, he had open bar. He had gotten a little bit tipsy, right? I guess he was a bit more outgoing, and he saw this guy, and he was like, wait, are you so and so?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And he was like looking around like he had somewhere to be. And I'm like, you're at your job right now. Like, what's going on? And then my friend was like, can I have a picture? And the guy was like, yeah, we just got to make it quick. Like, he said something like that. I was like, okay. And maybe he had an Uber to catch, who knows? And then my friend started like singing his praises. Like, I love your content. You do this, it's good for representation. Because he was a person of color. My friend's a person of color and the creator's a person of color. And then after my friend started singing his praises, he kind of like loosened up a little bit and was like, oh, thank you. He asked my friend what he does. My friend's an electrician, right? Nothing to do with beauty. And the content creator that he was trying to like, get to know or whatever was me behind the camera saying, can you guys please just pose for this photo so I can take this photo, please?
Yeah.
And then he asked me what I do. He's like, oh, you do content. What kind of content do you do? And at that point I was like, I just lay in my bed and talk.
Yeah.
And without knowing any kind of success that I have maybe had or whatever, he gave me like this like little bro like tap on the shoulder. He's like, keep going, man. It'll be great for you. Like, it'll work out. Like, just keep going. And I was like, thank you so much. On the train ride home, I Googled this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I had like triple all of his numbers on everything. And I was like, oh, okay. You keep going, man. Like, it'll work out for you.
Yeah, exactly. You keep going. I can't.
It was just... I got a lot of that. Yeah. You can kind of tell.
Yeah.
With the thing with social media is that because there's no one telling you what to make, what you make is a very good, it gives you a very good sign of the type of person that you are, right? What you make says a lot about you because no one tells you what to make.
Yeah.
So when someone spends a lot of their time with their content being vain and being very self-absorbed and kind of self-aggrandizing, then I feel like that says a lot about you, and you can kind of tell with people like who is.
You can tell by people's content.
Who's making like, you know, thirst traps and stuff because they know it works, and who's making thirst traps because they really are trying to thirst trap like that. You know, they really think that they're
100%.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And you know, unfortunately in the beauty space you can see a lot of that where it's like, I know that you have completely at this point lost touch with reality.
Yeah.
You know, like if they're not paying for your Uber, you're not going.
Yeah.
You know, and that's insane to me.
Yeah.
People look at me with like, I'm like, they're like, I'm leaving this event. I'm like, I'm taking the GO train. I'm taking the TTC back to the GO train. Yeah. And they look at me like, what are you, poor? Like, that's the look that I'm getting. And I'm like, no, man.
Yeah, you're not taking an Uber XL. You're not taking an Uber Premium. What do you mean?
Do you on trips take like the special Ubers?
You know what? I didn't used to, but sometimes I do, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's insane to me. That's insane to me.
I love it.
Like,
I'm
I get...
Woo!
Yeah. Like, I was with these other creators. I was with Destiny Ray, shout out Destiny, and shout out Fiona.
Love Fiona,
yeah, Fiona's great.
Yeah.
And we were like taking Uber from the airport, and Destiny ordered our Uber, and like in comes an Uber Black like XL.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I got to the airport in a Honda Civic. My suitcase barely fit in the trunk because he had just had a bunch of stuff in there, and I was like so thankful still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Destiny's great. And I asked her, I was like, do you usually order Uber Black? She's like, yeah, they're paying for it. And I'm like, you know what? Valid. Like, I don't feel any type of way about that.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like,
it's weird. It's weird.
I think I just have the weird imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I don't deserve this. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, I haven't told Nix. Shout out Jess. Jess, if you're watching, I had to pay for my baggage on the way back. You said it was included, but it wasn't. I just paid like $40. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But like, you know, anyone else would just
be like, hello.
Yeah. Like,
100%.
build a company or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like, honestly, like I feel like I've kind of like grown into like the role that I play in this industry for sure, where it's like, I was like you at one point where I used to see all these Uber Blacks and used to see this and I'm like, what the fuck is this fucking thing?
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, there's also a point where I have to kind of like play a role too, right? So, and I'm the same. I'm like, you know what? If a brand is paying, great. But in the beginning, like I remember like, I think the next trip, I didn't order one thing from room service because I'm like, bro, I feel bad. Like,
I didn't even know that
this is weird.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't know there was even like room service included. My friend that's been on multiple brand trips, she's like, order room service. I'm like, but are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad to do that. Like, but she's like, no, like that's, you know, that's the whole thing. And I'm like, okay, like I'm still not going to do it. And I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But
that happened with Destiny too.
Yeah.
Because we arrived at the same time. We meet the next morning for lunch. I'm like, oh, how'd you sleep? At that point I had built rapport with Destiny. She's really cool. And, I was like, what'd you do when you got to your room? She's like, oh, I just ate and then I went to bed. And I was like, oh, what'd you eat? She's like, oh, I just got like the salad and the sandwich. I'm like, okay, from where?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, the room service. She's like, what did you have? And I'm like, Carl's Jr. My Uber got lost too. I walked out in the rain, like flagging him down on the street too, like my Uber Eats guy.
Yeah.
And then we like had a little chat too, like, and he was like, sorry, I don't know, I'm not from here. I'm like, neither am I, bro. We're both lost. Like that's what I had for dinner.
So funny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know that room service was a thing. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't.
It's crazy.
I get why companies feel like they have to like ball out for this. But like you could put me in a Best Western. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't have to put me in
Best
the Fairmont.
Western, low key, eat.
I just need a bed.
Yeah.
And I just need a clean bed. Yeah. They had a robe waiting for me in my room. Did I wear the robe? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But did I need the robe? No.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
They always ball you out. I remember like every time I step into a room on a brand trip, I'm like, PJs with my initials.
Yeah,
Hello?
I haven't gotten that, but that's insane.
Like I was like, what the fuck? Like like skincare everywhere. And it's just like it never gets old. No. Ever. And I could never get used to that feeling.
Yeah.
And that's why I genuinely always record myself walking into these rooms. I'm like, I know it's going to be a fucking like crazy ass shit in here.
Yeah.
And I'm never expecting it either. Like I'm never like, okay, cool. Like, let me just like unpack and like, okay, cool. Like, let me just take a picture and tag the for the story. No, like I'm standing there looking around, calling my parents. I'm like, guys, look at this jelly cat that they put on my fucking bed.
Yes.
Like, it's just like the little things like that fucking go over people's heads. And maybe it's because we're just starting, we're new, and that's our mindset about it. But I feel like I'm on the same wave. I don't think I could ever like become that self-absorbed beauty influencer.
But I also hope we never.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like I tell my management too all the time, even my parents, all my friends, I'm like, if I ever get to a point where I'm just like, you know, on my high horse, literally smack the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Be like, remember where the fuck you came from, bitch.
Yeah.
Like that's simply.
Yeah.
But
it's insane. No, I feel I carry a lot of guilt with it. I think I'm naturally someone that just like, maybe this is like childhood trauma stuff, but like I feel like I carry a lot of guilt with it. So like I think the way that even the idea that like I took a flight and I was back and I took another flight, like that doesn't sit right with me. So like you know what I mean? Like I made a little donation to like some environmental thing, you know what I mean? Like, cause it just didn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I hope the wonder is never lost on me, both because it's good for your own perspective and to make sure that you're still human at the end of it.
Yeah.
But also for me, I am obviously like differentiated in the space because being a straight man, and then I guess that's it. But like I'm differentiated in the space, but like if there's one thing that I want anyone to take from what I'm doing, it's that for other creators to take from what I'm doing is that you need to know that you're very lucky. Because like if I can do it, you know what I mean? Like you're not as special as you think. Yeah. Right? If I can do it looking like me and not knowing what any of these products are and just doing my best, you know, with my phone leaning on Darth Vader with my light bulb, right?
Yeah.
And I could make it to the same place that you're at, I need you to settle the fuck down because you're not as special as you think you are. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Because if I got here, anyone can get here, right? Like you are not unique. Yes. I'm sorry. But like, you know, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
So, but if I then become part of the herd, then I've lost that sparkle.
That touch, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm
one of them.
How? Oh, what a nightmare. What a nightmare that would be.
I remember like, what was it like going to your first event? Like, were you scared? Were you like, because you said you have imposter syndrome. So do I. When I go to events still, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
I look around, I'm like, I'm so like loud and like cringy and like, I'm just not like
right.
You know, like I never, unless I'm literally really having social anxiety, then I will.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just always going to events, like turning up, dancing. And like, I'm just like, I look around, I'm like, I don't fit.
Yeah.
I don't fit in here. How am I here?
Yeah.
But I guess that's what like makes us stand out. And I feel like brands want more of that, I hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I relate to a lot of things that you were saying.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, events like, so I had been to 2 events before I went to my first ever beauty event, maybe 3 events. I wasn't like invited to much, not gonna lie. But my first ever event was the Blue Jays event, and I was scared just because it was like a lot of people, and it was like my first professional event, like normal nerves, right? I felt imposter syndrome to a degree, but at the end of the day, like it was sports related, and I felt to a certain degree that I belong. And also it wasn't just influencers. Like the players were there. Yeah. News people were there, both working and not working. Like I saw the girl from like, you know, CP24 get a little too tipsy. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then my first beauty event was Lancome,
yeah.
Fancy, right? Yeah. These guys love themselves, you know what I mean? And the theme was dark and metallic.
Okay.
So the first thing I did is I looked up night costumes, and I found this place in Vaughan that makes like realistic night costumes that you can rent, like full suits of armor, like medieval times.
No, you did not wear that.
I didn't, but I like got it priced out, and I went for a fitting, and like everything.
Oh my gosh!
But then I was like, before I do this, let me talk to the person that invited me, because at the end of the day, I don't want it to look badly on them that they invited me and I came and, you know, made a fool of myself.
Yeah.
But and then the girl Betty, she was like, she was like, she thought it was hilarious. But then she asked the team, and the team was like, let's not do that.
Yeah.
In hindsight, she was absolutely right. It was a more like intimate event, and I wouldn't have wanted to waste such a good bit on such a small event.
Yeah.
I need it for a bigger event.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was strange. My number one feedback from that was this could have been an email. Yeah. And
really?
Yeah. From the whole event. Because and I said that while I was there, and a lot of people looked at me, and like I was very much going off script when I was there, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, you're not supposed to say that." You know what I mean? Like in a way. Where shout out Lancome, I guess. They had those machines there that like scan your skin.
Yeah.
And I was like, the girl was like, "Do you want to try it? Like it'll help you like figure out what you need to work on." I'm like, "You mean give me insecurities?" And then she looked at me all weird, and I was like, "All right, well, let me try this." Yeah. And then they had this like it was just very, very lavish, and they flew in this lady from Paris to tell us to give us a demonstration on how the serum works. And what she did is she pulled out a knife and she stabbed this like gelatin. And she was like, "The knife represents an aggressor on your skin."
Oh my God.
No shit. It's an aggressor on anyone's skin. It's a fucking knife, right? And then they were talking about how because they're using reusable packaging, they're saving 450 tons of glass, which is great, but it's like 450 tons of glass that you were using.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, congratulations.
Yeah.
You can't be the fire chief and the pyromaniac at the same time. You know what I mean? No one gives you credit for bringing out a hose if you started the fire.
Yeah.
And then as she said, we saved 450 tons of glass, and everyone started clapping.
Yeah.
I asked to not clap first and foremost. I looked down at the glass table that I was sitting at with this big glass bottle of juice that they gave me. And I was like, good job, guys. Good job. Shout out Lancome. Yeah. And then the second event I went to,
that's hilarious.
I should not have been invited to.
Which one was it?
It was called High on Love.
Okay.
Which
that was the brand?
Yes.
Okay.
Sex positive brand, women oriented. It was a very like intimate dinner where they released like their like pheromone perfume in like the shape of a heart bottle, and their other products were like stimulating O gel.
Okay.
To like get you there.
Okay.
And like chocolate body paint.
What the fuck?
I was the only guy there, and the CEO came and she like tapped her glass.
Oh my God.
She stood beside me and she tapped her glass. She's like, "I'd like to make a speech." And then she started talking about tonight is for the girls. This is for the women. This is women's empowerment. And I was just standing right beside her, just like dead staring.
Yeah.
And because I'm a guy, the only guy there, I'm taller than most of the room, right? So I stick out like a sore thumb for more reasons than one.
Yeah.
And I had to break the ice. So she was just like, she was saying that. And when she was like women's empowerment, I just went, hell yeah.
Yeah. You have to.
And no one found that funny at all. Everyone was just kind of she just continued with her speech.
Oh my God.
Shout out I'm doing a lot of shout outs, but shout out the dark chocolate body paint. It tasted really good. I tried it. Yeah. Not off someone. I just tried it like at the event. Yeah. But they sent me with a little package. I got O-gel.
Yeah. Stop.
For stimulation.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I got like lube, like all kinds of different things.
Why have I've never heard of this brand. Yeah. Why the fuck did they invite you?
I don't know, but shout out them. Weird. That video got taken down because I talked about the event.
Yeah.
And how like I was having a good idea. I got taken down for showing that kind of stuff.
So.
I didn't think that it would be like, what's wrong with our body? What's wrong with O-gel? Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was crazy. My second event. So like, I'm someone who leans into the absurdity.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel a little bit more comfortable. And I'm fortunate enough that people recognize me at this event. So I'm saved a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, "You're that guy." And I'm like, "Please talk to me." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they come and they have a conversation and they tell me their name. And I'm in such survival mode that I don't remember their name ever.
Yeah.
My only purpose is to ask you your name. You say your name, you say something, and then I say, "Oh, great, I'm Abdullah."
Yeah.
No clue what you said.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah, that happens a lot too.
That's why I love exchanging the socials, because then I find you later, because I'll remember your face.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, like it's stupid, but I'm always made comfortable by other people, and also I find comfort in the absurdity of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's your whole brand too. So like.
Yeah, it's dumb. I don't want people to forget how dumb this is.
Yeah.
How dumb our job is.
Yeah.
Like it's all very, it's sales, but like not normal sales.
No.
I've worked normal sales.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This
was not a thing a few years ago.
No.
Like, this is a new fucking thing. Like,
yeah.
That's why I'm like, I could never get used to any of this shit. Like,
Yeah.
It's just so fucking bizarre.
Yeah. It's
bizarre.
insane. And if it ended today, like I would be satisfied with it.
Yeah.
My only goal is for me to make the content that I like.
Yeah.
Oh, you hated it? Great.
Yeah.
So happy for you. I actually love hate comments.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of hate comments? We can talk about that.
When I first did, like, when I leaned into the skincare stuff, and for a few, I don't put on makeup unless they're paying me. I'm very open with. Oh, that's what I love.
You are.
Yeah, pay me. That's how. Hey, any brands watching, pay me. Love you, but only if you pay me.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I don't give you a review. I don't tell you any opinion I have about your product at all unless you're paying me.
Yeah.
That's how I am.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna like suck up to your brand. I'm sorry, I just won't. Like, you have $1 billion already. You're doing fine.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of hate from the Muslim community because of my name and the way I look. People assume that I subscribe to that faith, which I don't. Mm-hmm. I guess this is the first time I'm saying that outright. I don't consider myself a Muslim person. My family is Muslim, very devout, very practicing, very religious. Mm-hmm. I am not. I don't even consider myself part of the faith because I, A, disagree with a lot of the tenets that it stands for, in my opinion, and B, I find it disrespectful when I know people that are like so by the book and so 100% in it, for them to say I'm a Muslim and then for me to say I'm a Muslim as well. You know what I mean? Like, we don't command the same respect. Yeah. In my opinion, I feel like it's disrespectful for me to use the name if I'm not committed to the practices. Yeah. But a lot of the communities, a lot of the community reached out. That's a way to put it. Yeah, I got a couple like death threats. I got a couple your dad should have beat you. A lot of it is in Arabic, which I love because like I rush to Google Translate as soon as it's in Arabic. I'm like, this is gonna be good. Yeah. Yeah. Holy fuck. I'm very fortunate. Maybe it's because I'm a guy and I like grew up playing like online games. Like there is genuinely nothing you could say to me about me or my family or anybody that would affect me in any way. Because I think that gives it power.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like all I've learned, I probably shouldn't say it. Like I've learned certain phrases in Arabic that I can say back. That's what I say. Yeah. I know like
love that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to say them. I just know how to type them.
Yeah.
So I'll say something just nice and short and sweet.
Yeah.
But like I also get like the normal kind of. Can I say yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I tell them to themselves in Arabic.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of like yourself and stuff like that.
That's crazy to me.
Which is great.
Okay.
Because it's like I love like passionate hatred. I love when it's creative. Because like I need to know that you put work into it. Okay. You know what I mean? Like you don't just dislike me. Like no, you want me gone. Yeah. Respects. Genuine respect. I love that. And I don't love it in the way that I'm taking power from it. It's like no, like
you respect it.
No, genuinely.
You're like, okay, they put time into this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of don't like when it's just like
you're weird. No, or you piss me off.
Yeah, that one is
PMO?
That one is like, come on, man. Say it with your chest. Because if I didn't have a platform, I would be saying horrible things to you right now. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Like you think that you're a hater because you said, oh, you're not funny and no one loves you. It's like, no. I want you gone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there's levels to this. Yeah. That's where I'm at. So I get hate, but it's always welcome.
That's honestly like, but that's what you need though to like be able to like fucking do this. Because a lot of people like, again, you can't, this is not for everyone. If you take one hate comment and you're like looking in the mirror now.
I know people like that.
Yeah.
In this space, which is like, I don't know how you've lived this long. I don't know how you've made it this far. Like
you can't.
Yeah.
It's so hard to make it this like so far in this industry when you're so focused on what people think about you. Yeah. And like even if you're not fucking in this industry and you're a normal fucking human being, why the fuck do you care about what other people think about you?
Yeah, you're giving it power.
Absolutely. Like responding. Like I like how you respond though. It's funny. Yeah. But like just like giving these people attention too. Like they don't need it. It's literally a fucking bored person with their life that has nothing better to do than say some shit about you.
The only time I don't respond is when I can tell it's a kid.
Yeah. There's a lot of the kid ones out there.
Well, like I got this like 15-year-old kid. He goes to high school in Texas. And
how do you know that?
I'll tell you. He had I was just bored one day and he was like just going off in my DMs, but like in a way that once again I respected, right? Okay. And I saw he had like the initials of his high school in his bio, but his page was also public. So I went to his following and I found like people that he like, or like people that he tags, people that he's with a lot. Mm-hmm. And they also, he didn't have the initials in his bio. He just had had like a normal bio. He had a photo tagged with some people at like this Chick-fil-A in like some random town in Texas. Okay, cool. Click on some of the people that he's tagged. They have all the same something HS high school, you know what I mean, in their bio. Yeah. All right, cool. Click on where the Chick-fil-A is, search for the high schools in the area. One of them matches, find the principal's email, right? And then I just draft up an email. Right? That I'm never going to send. Yeah. And I just sent him a screenshot of the drafted email to his principal with his name and like the thing. And I just sent it back to him. Yeah. That's all I said.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Did he say anything? He didn't respond?
He blocked me. Yeah. But like, I just want these kids to know that, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it finds a way back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
that is the best thing ever.
Do what you need to do online. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the internet's a beautiful place for many things.
Yeah.
Doing that is not one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've never like, it sounds to me you've never like really let a hate comment affect you ever.
No. Okay. Why would I?
Yeah.
Only positively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Love that.
Like when I met that like one of the influencers that was like really dismissive of me because of my following count and whatnot. Yeah. And because they thought
Which also, can I add, that is the most absurd fucking shit ever.
Yeah, it was
like,
a little strange.
There's so many fucking creators that like will literally talk down to you if you don't have a certain amount of following. And I've talked about this with multiple guests on my podcast because we talk about this shit.
Yeah.
We talk about like how the fucking industry is, how it's fucking bullshit, how people are like literally losing touch with reality.
Yeah.
I just can't. So many people, like, I have like also really super close friends in this industry that like don't have the same par followers than me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like I don't look at that and like, okay, yeah, you're my friend now. Like I could care less about that.
Yeah.
But I've heard stories about people unfollowing someone after they like, you know, get them on social media after an event. And I'm like, but why? Like you guys are sick, actually.
Yeah, like, I unfollow a lot of people. But that's just because like I don't care about your life.
Right. You don't really care to see them on your feed.
Yeah.
It's totally different. Yeah. But it's just like,
not because of like a numbers game.
Yeah.
Thing.
It's like, I don't know, the numbers. It's just like such a weird industry to me. And maybe like, again, like we're new, like we don't really, we're not in it yet. I don't know. I hope we never get into it. Actually, we stay like this.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat. But this person, their friend made a joke about like, oh, so that means influencer is number one and you're number two, right? Saying to me that I'm number two. And in my mind, I was like, don't ever call me number two in your life ever again. And that kind of thing like fuels me, if that makes sense. Like I am driven by spite a lot.
Yeah.
Not in a way, I will never show it to anyone. I'm never unkind, or at least like obviously I try not to be.
Yeah.
I have no like animosity towards this person or anybody who's ever slighted me in that way. It's just unhealthy to keep all that in.
Absolutely.
But like I will absolutely use it as fuel.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer number two. Well, I'll say it like that, right? Like that person's, you know, I've surpassed that person by every metric possible in the time that's passed since that.
Yeah.
But it was like cool to use that as fuel to be like, you know what? You think I'm less than you because, you know, I have less than you. Now I have more.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna, let's end the cycle here. I'm not gonna now little bro you because you did that to me.
There's no game. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no game. You know what I mean? I don't know how people can still be so miserable when they make this much money, when they have this much freedom with their time, with their energy.
Yeah.
Like how have you still found something to be upset about?
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of it is human.
Yeah.
But like just the level of competition or like
it's
this
crazy.
person went on that trip and I wanted to go here and like take it easy.
Yeah. You know, the competition's another thing too that I talk about a lot. Like there's just so much like competitiveness. I'm like, we're all here for the same thing.
Yeah. I can't believe this person got to go here. Like I don't think that I understand that the brain works in ways that you know what I mean? Like comparison happens before you even realize it. But I implore anyone who's trying to compare themselves compare themselves in this space to try to say what you're thinking out loud.
Mm-hmm.
They have 1 million followers and I only have 500,000. You know what I mean? Only? Like that, you can't say that out loud in a way that it makes sense.
Yeah.
They're going to LA for free and I had to pay for my trip. It's like, yes, everyone has to pay for their trip. You know what I mean? That's how that works.
I love that mindset.
Yeah.
I actually love that. So the people are speculating. You kind of mentioned this, but are you straight or are you gay?
I'm straight.
Okay.
Yeah. And I people, sometimes people ask me if I'm gay and then I have a lot of people telling me that I'm gay.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've made a few videos and I said it in a video the other day. I was like, if you don't think, it's kind of a wild thing to say in hindsight. I didn't really think about it before I said it, but like, if you think that I'm gay, watch me clean a yogurt lid and then tell me if you think I'm gay. that's how I feel.
Yeah.
No, I'm straight. I've only ever been with women.
Okay.
I have no desire to be with men, but I understand that I have like feminine qualities. I was raised primarily by a single mom. I have no sisters. I have 4 older brothers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're the youngest.
Yeah. Like the closest thing that my family has to a sister is me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm the youngest by
You're
far.
the sister, yeah.
I'm the sister.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm straight.
Okay.
And I know that like some people are still not gonna believe me, even if I say it point blank.
Yeah.
But I am. I got a comment the other day that was very comforting.
Yeah.
So when I was talking about the fact that people think that I'm gay, and the comment was like, "We see the way you put on your moisturizer. We know you're straight." I was like, you know what, you're so right.
Honestly, yeah.
Valid. Yeah. That's how I'm like. Yeah. No.
You can just tell.
I'm straight.
What's your type? Are you dating right now? Like, what's the vibe?
I'm single. I've been single for since October 2nd, 2023.
Okay.
The day before boyfriend day. I said, get me the fuck out of here. I don't want one more story post about me.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I broke up with her October. I didn't plan it like that, but the next day I woke up and it was boyfriend day and I said, oh, that's funny.
Yeah. How long was that relationship?
A year and change.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm single. That relationship really exhausted me to the point where I was like not interested in doing anything like that for a long time.
Yeah.
I think now I'm at the space now because I am a romantic at heart. Like I love the idea of just like finding someone and like settling down and just like there's no part of me that enjoys the single life apart from the fact that I don't have to think about anybody else, if that makes sense. It's not like I'm going to go out and have fun and have no responsibility in that way. Like that part doesn't intrigue me. Yeah. It's just the fact that like I can do what I want with my time to a certain degree and not have to worry about anyone else.
Yeah.
But I'm at the point now where I'm like, I wouldn't say looking because life is moving really fast right now. And I'm sure you felt that too. Like, I don't know where I'm going to be in a year's time. I don't know what life is going to look like for me in a year's time. A year and a half ago, I didn't even have TikTok on my phone. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Let alone where we're at now.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. And I'm unfortunately at the point now where I do have to kind of sift through and see what people know me because I've had some negative experiences with people that knew who I was before. Not that I'm anyone special, but like, I don't know, there's a certain attitude that certain people have when they realize that I have an online persona.
Yep.
Or they expect things from me either monetarily or opportunity wise, connections wise.
Yeah.
So I have to steer clear of that. But yeah,
it's scary. You don't know people's intentions now.
I'm not looking, but I'm always open to it.
Yeah.
You know, like I saw an interview with like ASAP Rocky before he was with Rihanna.
Yeah.
And someone was like, and he was talking about basically about how he's tired and like, and someone said, you know, you're not ready to fall in love yet then. And he was like, no, I'd fall in love tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today I would do it. Right.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at too. Like
Yeah.
if it happens, it happens. For me, I get attached to people oftentimes too quickly.
Okay, me.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
But like I'm obviously learning to be better with that.
Yeah.
And I'm also so busy now with other things that sometimes I don't get attached to people in the way that I probably should.
Yeah.
I entertain things when I don't really have the time and energy, and I kind of have to reel back and tell them and be like, hey, sorry, I can't do this. So not looking, but welcome to it. Yeah.
Have you ever, or would you be open for like dating apps?
What is
like
that?
Hinge.
Oh, dating apps?
Yeah, like Hinge.
Oh, yeah, I'm a Hinge warrior.
Are you on Hinge?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I treat it less like a dating app and more like practice for comedy.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's so funny.
if you can come up with a quick response to someone's, I treat it like, I don't care what you look like. If I can think of a funny response to your prompt, I'm sending the like.
Yes.
Because I need you to hear my joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So like that's my goal. I fire off. If I can think of a funny response to your prompt, I'm doing that as quickly as I can.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it helps you with a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
It helps you stay kind of witty.
Yeah.
Some dates have,
because people like that. Like bro, the men that I get on Hinge that just say hi, I'm like, you couldn't have thought of anything better than hi.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like I have prompts on there where you can say something.
Yeah.
Like, but
no, like some
of
my pictures are a joke.
Yeah.
Too.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm wearing like one of my pictures is like I don't know if you've ever seen those really huge, massive, obnoxious like Aritzia puffer jackets that are in store.
Like
I put one of those on and I literally have that picture. I think it's like me on Fashion Week and it's like that.
Right.
And like I get a lot of response to that, which I'm like, that's what I want, because like I need to show my goofy side too.
Right.
But I love that.
Yeah, I'm on the apps. So
have you heard of Rhea?
Yeah, I tried it.
So did I. I'm not on there.
No, those are those are the people that I hate.
Wait, have you gotten? You've been on it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I just hate everyone on there.
Okay, how did you get on there?
I don't know. They just kind of like, I think I applied.
When did you apply?
I have no clue. I just got a notification one day. It's like, you've been accepted.
Seriously?
And I was like, I don't remember applying. Like I vaguely remembered applying.
Yeah.
I feel like it was like a month later.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, I've been waiting for like 5 months now.
It's honestly not
Me
worth
like, hello?
it. It's not worth it.
No? I've heard you have to pay for it too.
Oh, it's like $60 a month. I tried it for 1 month and I said,
oh,
I hate it here and I hate everyone on here. Yeah.
Okay. $60 a month?
Yeah.
Is insane. I'm good actually.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie, everyone on there, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like it even shows you, because it's meant to be like a networking thing. So like it shows you guys too, right?
Yeah.
Once again, guys, not gay. But it shows you everyone. And like everyone on there is like very, very gorgeous, beautiful, handsome, whatever you want to call it. But
I fucking hope so.
It's very much just like, I know everyone's trying to work their way up some kind of ladder. You can just tell.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I didn't find anyone on there that seemed fun. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Strangely. But I mean, not so strangely, kind of to be expected.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah. On Hinge, probably should maybe treat it a little more seriously, but like I do just love just firing off likes.
I love that.
Because I'm very much like a personality hire.
Yeah.
Like no one's swiping on me. Like this isn't like self-deprecating, but like no one's swiping on me from like a looks perspective. You know what I mean? Like Tinder, I get no matches on that.
Yeah.
Right? I never got any matches on Tinder. I remember I downloaded Hinge a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I had like 30 matches in a few hours.
Whoa.
And it's just because I was just like firing off like witty stuff.
Yeah.
Right? People are like, oh wait, this guy's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. I'm the personality guy. That's the goal. You know what? You asked me my type earlier. Oh my goodness. My type is someone who likes me back.
Yes.
Actually, my type is someone who doesn't like me back, but it should be someone who likes me back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I don't have a physical type. I tend to like darker features. Mm-hmm. Like darker hair and just darker features.
Yeah.
But like, is that a deal breaker? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm a big teeth guy.
Okay.
I need to like your teeth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a valid one. Yeah.
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 I know there are a lot of like, I feel like guys feel that way about women more than the other way around. I feel like women don't care too much about like the smile has to be nice, but like your teeth don't have to be straight. Like for me, like there's something about just like, you could have an ugly smile.
Yeah.
But if your teeth are straight,
have to
your teeth are nice. I don't know if I was like a dentist in a past life or what.
I think so.
Yeah, maybe. But my goal in life is to post a photo with me and my significant other, and the top comment to be like, how the hell did he do that? You know? That's my goal.
Yeah, yeah.
Me and the baddie I pulled by being clueless and kind of funny.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Someone who's so someone who could do way better. Mm-hmm. But I somehow managed. You know?
Yeah.
You ever seen Wall-E?
No.
the fuck?
I know. I haven't seen a lot of stuff.
That was kind of supposed to be like a rhetorical question. You were supposed to be like, of course I've seen a Wall-E.
No.
Wall-E is a trash compacting robot.
Okay.
And he gets...
Oh, I haven't watched it, but I know what you're talking about. Okay.
And his girlfriend at the end of the movie is like the nice new model that can fly around and like is like the head of the... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
what you want.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm the trash compacting robot. And she's like this beautiful, flying, graceful angel.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. That's what I want.
Okay.
Because I know there are guys that like shoot for the stars, and then once they have it, they take it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen an ugly guy that like gets one baddie and then suddenly thinks that that's his league now?
Yeah.
No, not me.
Yeah.
Never.
Good.
Yeah, no, like I will cherish that if it ever happens. Ever.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
That's my me and the baddie I
Wall-E, everybody.
bagged. Yeah. Me and the baddie I pulled by being funny.
Okay, love that.
Yeah. Wall-E.
Okay, single era.
Single era. What about you?
Single era.
Yeah.
I was in a relationship for 7 years.
God damn.
It ended, I think, about a year and a half
ago. Are you
ago.
straight? Was it a man?
It was a man, yeah.
7 years is kind of insane. Go get your husband.
No.
Oh, my fault.
No.
Oh.
You know what? We were high school sweethearts.
Oh, right. Okay. And was it one of those things that like overstayed its welcome?
It was just like
was it good at the beginning of year 7?
Absolutely. It was great. It was, it was amazing. It's just like, I think also we stuck it through because we saw each other every day. Like, I don't know if that was, I think in the beginning it was real love, but I think like, after we stopped seeing each other every day because we graduate and things happen, life starts lifing. Like, I just think we were comfortable with each other. We were really close. And it's just like, when you get to that stage, which is very dangerous, like you stop trying, you stop putting in effort, you stop making plans to go on dates. Like, so that started happening. And like, it just didn't end off the healthiest at all.
Was it an amicable split?
No.
Okay.
He broke up with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In a really crazy way.
Was it, do tell, if you want to.
Well, I actually have said this before. He texted me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He texted me, and not even on an iMessage, on WhatsApp. So that doesn't make it better.
Crazy.
But yeah, there was a lot of like issues between us. I wasn't like the healthiest either. I had toxic traits. He had toxic traits too. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
Do I expect a little bit more of, respect after 7 years? Absolutely. But, it is what it is. And I'm honestly glad it happened that way because, like, he kind of after that, like, ghosted, where I was, like, kind of chasing him to be like, hello. But I'm glad that he didn't give me any energy back because it would have been so much worse to get over.
Right.
So I'm so grateful that it happened the way it happened so I can get over it. And he also got a new girl in, like, 3 months and posted her as the profile picture on his Instagram.
Right.
And I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? You're making this really easy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Single era.
How long ago was that?
The girl?
No, like how long have you been single for?
Oh. Like a year and a half.
That's a solid amount of time.
Yeah. But you know what it is? Like, I'm not, like, I've also recently had a situationship, which was like, oh my God, like, I don't even want to get into it. Yeah. But like, I'm like at the point where like, I don't care about men.
Right.
Like, I'm not looking, I wouldn't say like same thing. If it happens, sure. But I'm like so focused on like me right now because I haven't been for so long.
Yeah.
Like those 7 years were all about like, it's sad to say, but it was all about, him, us together, what's for us in the future.
Right.
Not what's for me in the future.
Yeah.
So now I'm like at a different space where I'm like, what's happening for me? Mm-hmm. Let's focus on me. And then if it comes, it comes. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine was kind of bad at the end. It was kind of bad from, I broke up with her in October. It was bad from April to October.
Yeah.
April, like I will say,
April, May, June, July.
Yeah, 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of like started quiet quitting in a way, which isn't the best.
Yeah.
But I knew that she was never going to be the person to end it, But I think one of the last things I ended up saying to her was like, actually, I don't even know if I said this, but how I felt was, like she didn't want it. She wanted us to stay together, even though it was so toxic.
Yeah.
Because like she kind of ended up giving me some like really bad ultimatum. And I think that the moment that an ultimatum comes out, like it's over, right? That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And And then I started getting bitter and started being mean, and like I was just not a good partner at the end too. Like I was being a bad person.
Yeah.
Like to her, I wasn't giving her the respect that she deserved as someone that, you know,
Same.
I said that I loved and whatnot. And then at the end I was kind of like, you may not realize it now, but you don't want me. You know what I mean? Like you are not my person in the same way that I am not your person. So while I am moving apart for me, because I tried so hard to make it work. Like it felt to me, obviously I imagine she has a different perspective on it.
Yeah.
It felt to me that I was trying everything to make it work and, you know, sacrificing so much to make it work. And it felt like she wasn't willing to give as much. And then at the end, I kind of just like gave up and was like, you know, this is what I can do. But as much as I was doing it for me, I felt in a way that I was also doing it for her.
Yeah.
And we haven't spoken since. And I imagine that she probably realized that. Was like, oh, I hope at a certain point that she kind of was able to breathe easier and realize like, wait, that wasn't good. Yeah, that wasn't good.
Yeah. I feel like that was also like my ex's mindset with our relationship too. Cause again, I wasn't the best person either.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that he did it. Cause now I'm like, you know what? He was right. Like it wasn't, you know, a good thing. I just obviously wish it came out of more of like a communicative perspective or like, you know, in person, like something, you know?
Yeah.
But again, it made it easier for me to kind of move on. And now I'm like, okay, that wasn't my person. Yeah. It wasn't, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, on to the next. How old are you?
23.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 24.
Okay.
Right. So, I mean, 7 years is a long time.
Yeah.
7 years I only know like I know two people that were high school sweethearts and they're still together. And that's always such a dangerous game to play.
It is, yeah.
Because when you get into a relationship so young, you don't have the chance to develop independently.
No.
To figure out who are you without this person.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it sucks when you're with them for so long, and it's like the last time you were alone, you were what, 14?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
it's
wild.
Scary, yeah. And that's like, for me, like I had to like start therapy after that because I was like, bro, like I'm literally spiraling right now.
Yeah.
And my therapist is like, well, you know, valid because you haven't been alone, like you said, since you were 15 years old. You don't even know who you are.
Right.
You don't know what you like. Do you even have any like hobbies? What do you do for fun for you? You know? And she's like, go out alone and do what you want to do. So that was the hardest part for me, to try and like relearn almost like life and like be reborn into like, okay, this is my new life now. So that was, I think, the hardest part for me. But again, it needed to happen because that's a scary place to not fucking know who you are and what you like at, you know, I'm 23, I'm young as fuck. You know, I'm glad that I'm still learning who I am because of that experience, you know? Yeah.
One thing I dislike about some content is when there are two creators that, or not even two creators, when someone gets into a relationship and then their entire content becomes about the fact that they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
I hate seeing people like, because, you know, obviously I'm not in charge of what other people make. Obviously you make whatever you want to make. And if your girlfriend is your life, then make your content your girlfriend.
Yeah.
But I always think that's such a dangerous game to play because you're ostracizing your initial base that followed you for whatever it is you did before. And then also like you're putting pressure on your relationship. I don't think a lot of people realize that, right?
Yeah.
When your relationship becomes your content and vice versa, that shit better
There's
work.
so much pressure.
Yeah.
So much. Like now your audience knows everything about you guys.
Yeah. Would you share it? That was my question. That was my lead up. Would you share if you got into a relationship?
You know what? That's such a good question. I don't even know the answer to. Like, I feel like I'm so open with like people that I would. With them being in my content, I don't think so. Just because like I don't, you know, I'm not like a vlogger or like a lifestyle person that would tend to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think it would match.
Doing my boyfriend's makeup.
You know what? Maybe. Maybe like here and there, but I definitely wouldn't make it my sole focus because again, like now it's like brands are reaching out to me because, you know, sometimes what if like they want him to be in it? That's scary.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Because I'm like, okay, what if like something happens or like we break up and now these brands are not going to reach out to me because I'm not in a relationship anymore? I feel like that's when it becomes kind of scary. But I definitely wouldn't make them my sole focus.
Yeah, I've weirdly thought about it because now that I said, you know, I'm like open to whatever happening.
Yeah, yeah.
I have always been a pretty private person. I didn't have an Instagram until I was 17. Like I just kind of just, I was actually before my video, my second video that I ever made, right? Like that first ever viral for me, where before that happened, I was so close to buying a flip phone and just switching off of it, like switching off social media entirely. Like I said, I didn't have TikTok before that. Like I had TikTok, but for the sole purpose of when my ex would send me stuff and be like, "Oh, check that out," I would have to go watch it. You know what I mean? And she didn't have to send me a link. Yeah. Right. That's why I had it. But I was never if I was with someone and they were like, "Can you post me?" Like that stuff never. No offense to anyone that like really values being posted. That doesn't make sense to me because social media to me is not real life. I really value people not knowing my relationship status based on whether I archived that post or not. You know what I mean? People knew. So like my ex really wanted me to post her, so I posted her. Yeah. My friends knew that I was single before I had a chance to tell anyone because all those posts were gone. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like now I've given up the story. And that was when I had, 300 followers and it was just my friends. To the level of privacy that I wanted then has stayed the same, even though my platform is so much larger. Yeah. Like I would still only tell a handful amount of people. I would probably tell my audience that I had somebody, but they're never showing face in anything. Yeah. Yeah. And I would make that very clear to them. Like, I'm sorry if you were hoping to like jumpstart a career off me. Yeah. But like, you know what? Yeah. I can't. That's valid. And it's not from a place of like, I don't want you leeching or anything. Like if it gets to the point where like I have a significant other and they're able to start a wonderful career off of like my audience and my platform, and then we break up and they go do wonderful things, perfectly okay with that. Fantastic. Do what you need to do. But I just think that I've signed up. I am very fortunate enough that I don't have to deal with a lot of things that women in general have to deal with by putting themselves out online. First off, I have a naturally thicker skin, so I can deal with hate, no issue. Like I said, we've talked about, I love it. Yeah. The person that I'm with may not feel like that. Likely that they won't, right? Likely they didn't grow up in, like playing games online. Like I feel like that's where I garnered a lot of the thick skin from, right? Like being called obscene things from the time I was like 10 years old. Yeah. They didn't sign up for that. They didn't sign up for the constant kind of scrutiny. Although my platform is like my audience is really nice. I actually I really love the vast majority of the people that are in my audience. They didn't sign up for that amount of eyes on them, that amount of scrutiny, whatever potential hate that they may get. And then also there's like safety aspects of it that women have to deal with, that women in general have to deal with, let alone like partners, right? How many influencers do you know that are women that have unfortunately had to deal with like stalkers or like people showing up or whatever? I don't even think about that thing, right? Because I'm fortunate enough to not have, you know what I mean? Like I didn't have to ever worry about it because I'm a guy. Like I posted a video a few weeks ago where I was unboxing and my address was fully in the video. Oh no. That shit is still up. Yeah. Hey guys, go check out my address. I forget what video it is, but you can find it. Yeah. Right? Yeah, see, you can do that. Triple check that Someone messaged me. They're like, "Oh, your address is in this." I was like, "All right, pull up." Yeah. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said, right? Yeah. Because I just know that like the likelihood. So different. Right. Yeah. Right. Please don't come to my house. Yeah, I will say that. Please don't come to my house. Please don't. But yeah, no, I fully get what you're saying. Right. Yeah. So, but like, my significant other may have to deal with some weirdos, and it's because of me. Yeah. That's something that I would never be able to live with. So I would share that I am with somebody. It would kind of be like in a constant state of soft launch. Yeah. Yeah. Where like you really never know who this person is. Yeah. Unless it was another creator, which would be tricky. I don't know if I would ever do that. Yeah. Just because I hate most people in this space. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I think about that sometimes. I'm like, you know what? Like being with another creator would be just so easy because we have the same lifestyle and like I wouldn't have to like overcompensate and explain like I'm doing this. It would just kind of understand. Yeah. But then there's other times where I'm like the same, where I'm like, I don't know, like, are they going to be like low key think they're better than me, or maybe low key like try to compete with me in some sort of sense because we're both in the same industry. Yeah. So it's kind of, I don't know what I would do. It would have to probably be someone in a completely different space, if anything. Yeah. Yeah. My thing is like, I also like the idea of, I'm not like traditional in the sense where like I want my partner to stay home or whatever. But I do love, you know what I mean? Like, dude, pay for my dinner if you want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about who pays and like none of that stuff, but I love being able to provide for the people that I care about. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of cool to think that someone who wouldn't have access to the things that I have access to would be able to, I would be able to kind of like care for them in that way. Yeah. Where I would maybe like be able to, you know, give them stuff that maybe they wouldn't be able to afford naturally, or, you know, because a lot of that's what I love about the PR stuff that I receive. Because first off, I don't see the value in half of it because I don't know what the hell it is. Yeah. Okay. And a lot of it, if it's makeup or whatnot, I'm never going to use it. Right. So I either donate it or I just give it to friends that really like it. Like I did a partnership with Bell. They gave me a brand new iPhone. Yeah. Gave it to a friend.
Crazy.
Right. Gave it to a friend who needed it, who had an older phone. Yeah. And she had been working 2 jobs. Aww. And like was just moving to Montreal. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, have your fresh start, take this phone. Right.
I love that.
I would love to do that for like a partner. You know what I mean? To be able to take care of them in a way that maybe they weren't able to before. Hopefully not in like a love bomby kind of rely on me way. Yeah. But just in a way that
genuinely, yeah.
Yeah, just a way that shows that I care about them.
Yeah.
In a way that a creator is like, I know that a creator would scoff at, you know? Like there are some people that would be like, oh, you got me this instead of that. I would need to find a really certain type of creator. Like we mentioned, the idea of like someone being a creative at heart. Yeah. That's the type of person that I would go for. Yeah. Someone who really values the art of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I like that. And kind of like last thing, which I feel like I already know the answer to, but I feel like a lot of people are asking. Again, I know the answer already before I even ask this, but you have this, you know, persona on social media, but you also have this like real side of you that I'm getting like during this podcast. Yeah. So I know already it's not like a show for social media, but like, do you want to kind of like talk about that a little bit?
Social media is who I am by myself, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like the person that I am on social media is as much a part of me as what you're experiencing now is a part of me. And together they make a whole. You know what I mean? Like what you're seeing right now is just a part. Yeah. What you're seeing on there is just a part. And that's how people are. They're multifaceted. I'm not high energy all the time. I don't always have something funny to say. When I'm most comfortable with people, I'm actually pretty quiet. Yeah. Right? I kind of just stick to myself. I'm pretty low energy. My battery gets drained real quick. Yeah. And oftentimes takes a lot of time to recover. Like I need my own space. I really value alone time, that kind of thing. But like when I'm with my friends, I'm the person that you see on camera. That's one of my favorite things. When my friends are like, some of my friends are like, I'm not gonna lie, like I don't watch your content, but like I don't really need to because like that's who you are.
Yeah,
right?
They're getting in live.
Right. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like it's a part of me, but it's not the whole picture. There are people that like, I remember they would judge me because my videos before, when I was just like the shower thoughts thing in my bed, would take me maximum 10 minutes. Yeah. I would hit record. I would talk for 15 seconds about something that was on my mind. I would hit stop. I would add subtitles. I would post. The end. Yeah. One take, right? Sometimes I would stutter. I have to do take 2, take 3, up to maybe take 5, right? That would be posted. That 10 minutes of my day. And people would try to like, you know, judge who I am or like, you know, try to come
from 15 seconds. Yeah.
Right. From what took me 10 minutes. And that's why I'm so hesitant when people are like, they're trying to develop like parasocial relationships with anybody online. Like, this is a reminder, you don't know that person. Yeah. Right? I am that person in my videos, absolutely, but that's not all I am. Yeah. And I think that's the same, like you mentioned, that's the reason that you started a podcast, right? So it's a place for you to express yourself in a way that's different. To the high energy, because those short form content videos demand high energy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whoops. Like, it takes it demands high energy because you're so quick, but also like in between the cuts, right? Like I'm just opening the box. Yeah. In silence. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I'm going and grabbing the other box. Yeah. I accidentally hit the camera, so like I gotta reset where it is. You know what I mean? I'm screwing in the light bulb. Like that's what I'm doing, and I'm doing that silently. I'm hanging out with my cat. That's just I'm 100% introverted. Absolutely. And someone explained introversion versus extroversion to me, and I think that's like the best way to explain it. It's like, does your battery get drained or charged by being around people? That determines whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. I'm drained. I don't care if you're the love of my life. I don't care if you are my family, my friends that I've known for 15 plus years. I need alone time. I need my own space. There's a certain point where I've had enough of you for now.
Yeah.
And I need my own space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you? Like, do you feel like people
honestly,
have a full idea of who you are?
No, people don't know who the fuck I am. They think they do, but they don't. Because again, like you said, we're showing half of who we are online, and the other half we don't show.
Yeah.
But the energy thing that you said, so I don't know what I am, because sometimes I get drained by people, and then other times I get energized by people. So I'm like, I feel like I'm also like a middle of maybe a split of both of them.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't mean, like, it's not necessarily the people that are draining you. It's just like the fact that you're around them. Is that doing anything for you? Like there are people that will charge me up.
Yeah.
And there are people that will drain me further, and that's less about what I am and more about just the way our energies match.
True.
Right? But like, my battery is depleted just from like going to the mall. You know what I mean? I'm not interacting with anybody, but I'm just around a bunch of people, and that feels like I need to go back to my place where it's just quiet and it's mine.
Okay. I feel like I'm kind of like that.
Yeah.
Cause like if I don't, like, some of my friends make fun of me, but if I don't have like a day where I'm just like literally in bed with Netflix and like a face mask, I literally will go crazy. Yeah. I actually will lose my mind.
There are people that like, they're like, I'm by myself, and they get bored.
No,
right away. No.
Never.
Yeah,
I could never get bored with myself.
Right.
Like, I love just sitting. I love my alone time too. Like, I could be doing but fuck nothing, and I'd be so happy.
Yeah.
Like, I love that.
I need something, but I also like really love video games, and like I am a man. Yeah. At the end of the day, I watch basketball. Yeah. I love playing video games. I love talking to my friends. And I like watching movies, and like that's my day, like that, ideally, you know. Yeah. Obviously, try to stay healthy as much as you can, but like, I really do value peace, and I think
it's important,
right?
Especially with this fast-paced industry, it's important. Yeah. Very important.
Yeah, and I think with my previous relationship too, that was something that I was lacking. She really, she needed to be with me, and like, I would be like, I need some alone time. And that was like offensive. Yeah. Like, she took that as like, that was something that like she did something wrong. Yeah. And then I was in this weird position where like, I'm trying to make you happy, but now I'm unhappy. Yeah. Yeah. I would definitely need to be with someone that
is kind of similar.
Also likes alone time. Yeah. Yeah. That loves the idea of, I love parallel play. Yeah. Oh my God. What about you? Do you like parallel play?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Like, I need someone on the same vibe, unfortunately. Like, I can't. Yeah. Like, if you're going to find that offensive, I can't deal with that. Right. That's draining to me. Yeah. Like, yeah, no. Like, let's stay at home and do face masks. Right. You know, and watch a movie. Yeah, like, that's perfect to me. Yeah. But I would,
I used to be someone who would, like, change myself for other people, especially romantically. But then after doing it for a year, you get real tired.
It's like, who am I? Yeah. I don't even know who the fuck I am. Right. But, yeah, that's why I feel like we're both, like, in a place right now where life is moving so fucking fast. Like, just going with the flow is probably the best thing. Yeah. So. And I don't know what niacinamide is. It's. Do you have any dark spots on your skin? Let me see.
I'm brown. The whole thing's a dark spot.
Like scars, like acne scars, like scarring.
I think I got one here. No, I didn't have acne. I had really bad blackheads when I was a teenager. Like, my forehead was really, really like bumpy, and so was my nose. And my mom would take me for like facials and like extractions. Stop. Yeah. I would go on like twice.
You have great skin.
Twice a year. Thank you.
Like, you're glowing.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
It's all the skincare you're using.
See, you'd think, right? People say that to me. I haven't used anything that I've gotten. I just use my ordinary niacinamide. Yeah. And my CeraVe moisturizing lotion. Okay. And cleanser. Okay. And then my Laneige sunscreen.
Nice. That's like, you're using the basic stuff. That's fine. Yeah. At least you're using something.
Yeah, yeah. I've been using that for like 3 years.
Okay, good.
those 3 products. I think skincare for me, like I know a lot of people switch it up a lot. Skincare for me is like a Subway sandwich. Like you pick it once when you're 6 years old, and then you just feel this weird obligation to stick with it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's what I'm at with skincare.
It's also not good to change up your skincare because like your skin adapts to certain products, and like I have like very sensitive acne prone skin, so I can't be using like, which is weird to say because my job is to try out new products, review them, all this stuff. But you know, sometimes it's hard to do that because my skin is so sensitive. Like I don't know how I'm gonna react. Yeah. But I agree. Like it should relatively remain the same.
If you ever in any video of mine see like a red mark on my forehead, it's because I was laying on my desk for like 5 minutes. And
with your head on your desk?
Yeah. And I'm bruised for like 3 days from that.
No way.
Yeah. I get really bad bruises on my forehead. And I think it's from that because like I would get so bruised when I would get those extractions. My nose and my forehead would be so bruised.
You know what? Valid, because they're really going in. They're going in with those.
Yeah, and mine were like the bumpy ones that were like under a layer of skin.
Yeah,
you know
what I
mean? It looks like kind of like Rocky Road kind of thing. Yeah. That's what my...
Well, niacinamide is not so much for the blackheads.
But you know what? Better than me.
You know what? You do you.
People hit me up and they're like, can you give me a skincare routine? I'm like,
no way.
You got the wrong one.
No way.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. They're like, can you help me with this skin? Or like, can you help me with this? Or they're like, I started using niacinamide because of you and like my acne cleared up. And I'm like,
stop it.
That's so great. But like, I didn't tell you to do that. I'm so glad you did.
I cannot believe that.
I'm so glad you did. But like,
I mean, period.
Yeah. Like I'm happy you're happy. Yeah. And I think that's if there's one thing I said before, like, you know, to let the influencers know that they're not lucky, that's one thing. But from an audience, from a platform perspective, I think there's such a focus on perfection in the beauty space.
Oh, yeah.
The perfect routine, the perfect skin, the perfect everything. That I think that people are forgetting at the end of the day, like, just do what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
People say, what product should I buy? And I'm like, dude, the cheapest one.
Yeah.
The one that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
That's it. If the expensive one is the one that makes you feel the best, great. But like, niacinamide is not a brand; it is an ingredient.
Yeah,
and it's in it, and as much of it is in the $10 one as is in the $300 one.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Find the ingredients.
All the same.
Yeah. That's it. That's where I'm at.
Well, I think we're gonna end it off there.
Beautiful.
Thank you for coming on the pod.
My pleasure.
I feel like this was actually great conversation. Yeah. And it was nice hearing like your perspective on this industry from someone that's new and also someone that's a man.
I am. Both of those things.
But yeah, so thanks for coming on again. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Not So Silent. Bye.